Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, I don't normally do a bulk intro for my monthlies. I normally just dive straight into my waffle. But if you've been following this channel, then you're well aware that the month of January I've been mainly offline due to technical issues. Let's to put it mildly. My laptop completely, well, not completely, but practically melted down. I've had to rebuild it. So yeah, so I'm finally back up and running now that we've just passed the full moon in Leo. So I missed the new moon. I missed the full moon. I missed the Mars square Uranus and the Mars square, the Great Conjunction activation point, which I have a note about. If you saw my show with David Fisher, the astrologer, when we did the 2020 season finale, we was talking about the astrological associations with the Great Conjunction, obviously. And David asked me if I had anything in my comics astrology, because he knows that's something I like to look into, the charts of fictional characters, because fiction has a huge purpose and force in our life. I mean, look what's happened this month. Fiction is powerful. And I came up with the Neptune of a obscure, or then obscure, Superman villain Dominus, who on the day of the January the it was the 6th, wasn't it? And the invasion of the capital and the Mars square Uranus and the Mars square, the conjunction, grand conjunction point. Dominus, not seen for 22 years, suddenly makes a reappearance in DC Comics in a new universe defining series after they've just rebooted their continuity once again. So I was right. I've no idea what I was right about, but I was right. So if you're watching this for tarot, we'll get to that in a moment. Obviously, the reading is for the sign that's in your title. I will try and get as many of these uploaded as fast as possible and filmed as fast as possible. I advise that you watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. They might not all be there. If you're early in the Zodiac, the others might not be up yet. But if you can only watch one, watch your rising sign. That I feel is if you know it, then that's the most important one to look at. Of course, there is a link in the description below to get yourself a free birth chart from Cafe Astrology or AstroSeek. AstroSeek's my favorite. And if you want to contact me, there's a link down there for the Facebook page for this channel. So it's got an inbox. You can contact me there for a private reading. Obviously, it's a general reading, so don't live your life by it. Listen to the words, see if they work for you, and then have a think about them. Because, as I say, I was offline for all of January, but I also partly got through the guidance, the intuition, because I'm about to use the word twice, the intuition that it's okay, because there's been so much going on in the sky, and let's face it, down on the face of the planet, that I got the feeling that we'd had enough guidance for a while. It was time for us to make our own decisions about things. And that's what I think this full moon has been about it looking at the full moon and the various angels associated with the positions of the planets. Most of them appear to be associated with new moons and full moons coming up later this year. It's almost like that full moon in Leo was defining something about the rest of the year. A lot of the astrologers are saying, and I haven't shared their videos yet on my Facebook page, but I'll get around to it, I hope. A lot of the astrologers are saying that this full moon is the completion of, or even acknowledgement and completion of, healing work that we've already been doing with all the astrology over the past few months. I think that's fair enough, because I got this real sense of new beginning, but it's not a new beginning out of nowhere. It's a new beginning based on getting to that level, like I'll say about the Page of Wands, level 1 complete, level 2 starts here. So I apologise for not doing the new moon and full moon readings. I did loads of work on the full moon to try and work out all the ins and outs of it, and then the computer just still let me down. I'm not sure if I even dare say I plan to live stream, because every time I say that, my computer packs up one way or another, and we are about to head into a Mercury retrograde. In fact, that might be today or tomorrow. Oh no, tell a lie, it's on the 30th. But anyway, that's enough waffle out of me. Like I said, general reading rules apply. Roles can be reversed. Timing's far from absolute. And I've waffled quite long enough. So hit that like button, as Philly D says. Subscribe, because it does help the channel. And sit back and enjoy your reading. All right. And while I shuffle the last couple of cards, I would invite you to ask a question. Take a moment, think about all of the questions that are around you at the moment, focus on one of them, and then just be aware of all of them, because cards will answer what they want. But it gives energy to the process, and hopefully will give greater context to the reading as I perform it for you. Right, so one last card to come from the... Oh, here we go. Although it looked like 3 wanted to come out, so I'll put them all down there. We'll see if they're relevant, for it's just the first one. Okay, Cancer. Right, on first glance, I'm almost tempted to say, move along, nothing to see here. And the reason that I'm coming up with this is because it's not as if there's anything that you don't already know. This is the I'm going to tell this as a story, so I'm going to start in the distant, the relevant past, because I think this is going to be a confirmation reading for you. So we're looking at the past where you actually took the decision to look after yourself, nurture yourself. There was... Yeah, I'm going to share my energies with... Now, this could be another party for a relationship, or it could... I mean, it could be job, it could be a philosophy or a theory or an area of study. And you took the point of going, okay, this will be good for you. I'm going to, this will be good for me, sorry. I'm going to spend my time sharing energies with this, I want to say thing more than person. It could be a person, but it's more like it's a philosophy, a point of view, an idea, something far more airy. But although it was an airy thing, it was earthy reasons that you were doing this, and that you were being very selective you were being very, very selective with what stroke who you were sharing your energies with. And you went through a healing time. You went through that healing time and then said, okay, world, right, I'm going to basically poke my head above the parapet, and you know, so I'm going to present myself to the world. I'm going to look for my peers. I'm going to interact with people who it's not even that I'm looking to interact with people who are my equal. It's I'm going to show them that I am their equal. And things started moving fast at that point. But as obviously you get more than 3 people in a room, and you'll get conflict. Because I've got an 8 of Wands, but it's quite an aggressive 8 of Wands. It's you know, lances being fired out of some form of weird cannon thing. And it took strength to actually come face to face with whatever it is. It's almost like you're presenting, here's the results of my healing, this is the new me, ta-da! And maybe not quite getting the reaction that you wanted, and getting some people's backup, or by the point of view that you were putting forward, you automatically met resistance and argument. And it took a while, if at all, for your ships to come in. Well, now with this particular Three of Wands, notice there are no, let me do it so the light's not shining on it. There are no ships coming in on this sea. What you see, no, what you see here is just a really big wave, you know. So it's like, okay, so fine, King of Cups, I'm okay with that. Oh, bit of a divine pairing here. In fact, I am learning through it. And I'm going to be very, very choosy, Queen of Swords here, on who I am taking, making alliances with. And I'm not letting go of my sword. I am going to keep it in my hands. Because, I mean, obviously I'm talking about the traditional, stereotypical Cancer defensiveness here, but there's a certain element of caution here. It's like, yeah, okay, I will walk this way with you, but don't think that I'm 100% your ally or 100% on your side until I know you're 100% on mine. And again, if this is an idea, a philosophy that you have matched with, there's a healthy skepticism going on at the same time. And I think you found difficulty in balancing sort of the day-to-day needs of life and the way that you was getting pulled in two directions. So this is something where you decided to take action. First action was a bit of a flop. First action was like, yeah, I really wanted to surge ahead and I haven't had the result that I wanted. Because we've got King of Wands, then the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is a bit effete, a bit useless in this deck. However, we've got Page of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which is a moment of, this Page of Wands is a moment of joy. It's a moment of going, yes, stuff it, I don't care anymore. You know, there's or a moment of celebration of, yes, this is where what I'm going to be doing. So recently you have been going through a redefinition. You have been in charge, I think, of this, because we've got Knight of Wands at the bottom here. Life's been changing quickly as you have been redefining yourself. But at the moment, it's almost as if you're spending time going, I wonder what I could have won. But I also feel like you're in a time of, yeah, you've been wondering what you could have won, but you've also been looking at what you did win and throwing some of it away, when there is actually a really not progressing growth and change going on. Two of Cups here. I mean, there's an element of love in this reading, so this could well be a relationship thing. We've got the Page of Cups in the time that you're coming into, the phase that you're going into, where you're almost thinking, yeah, this new way or this new love, it seems, you know, pigs might fly. It seems a lot better. It seems too idealized to be real. However, you cannot deny that you like it. So, again, this could be a path of life, this could be a job, but whatever, there's an element of, from the growth that you have gone through and you're going through at the moment, through the transformation that you yourself have defined, you're heading into a time where I think you're going to get offered something that you do actually want. Page of Wands again here, clarifying Knight of Cups with the world beneath it. It's almost like wanting to be in love, or there's something where you're wanting to give this offer forward, but you don't believe that it's going to be received. However, I do think that this is a time of casting away burdens. 10 of Wands here. It's almost like there's one burden that is now complete. This 10 of Wands is someone wandering away. They're going to somewhere new. So there's a casting off of burdens. Yeah, you're taking some of the stuff with you, but with that 5 of Cups on the surface, there's also other stuff that you're not taking with you. And you are choosing to restrict yourself in very specific ways. And some of those ways may not be healthy, and some of those ways may be ideal, because this person's well tied up. You notice there's 3 chains going from her neck. She's blindfolded. She's surrounded by the swords. But she's put herself there. I always feel with that blindfold being put on, there's that urge to, in a way, get rid of visual illusion. Sometimes my eyes lie to me, so I'm going to concentrate on my ears. I'm going to concentrate on my sense of smell, my sense of taste. Tish was, excuse me, cat needs letting out. She didn't want letting out so much as just stand at the door pointlessly. Anyway, where was I? So we've got this. It's almost like there's this idea that, yeah, you don't quite have faith in it. However, your intuition is still telling you to follow this, whatever it is, which I think is going to be quite a pleasing sensation because you do enjoy it. And with this Page of Wands here, it's almost like there is a growth from the Page of Wands. There's the useless one that was over here. But on the bottom of the deck, there's this casting away in a sense of celebration. And this one, this is a fairly regal, a fairly, I mean, it is the Mystic Manga Tarot, but there is very much that sense of young hero going out to discover themselves with this card. And with the world beneath it, you are well aware of what opportunities are there for you, but you still can't help feeling that, yeah, there's all these opportunities for me and pigs might fly. But your intuition is pushing you to almost, right, with this 10 of Pentacles, this is a 10 of Pentacles in motion. I described it in one of the earlier readings as it's not that you are safe at home, it's that home is safe with you wherever you are. There's this stable, secure, loved environment that you will be taking with you wherever you go. And there really is a, because that's the steampunk tarot, it's like a family at a spaceport. And they're getting ready to go wherever it is that they're going to go. So there's this sense of moving on and something or someone moving on along with you in a good supportive way, supporting your transformation. Judgment card here. Your growth, your evolution, like I say, your transformation. And then this is clarified by 2 6 of Wands. So there's something, and I think this is dating back to, with the 2 Wands cards so diametrically opposed here. Whereas before you've been trying to prove something to people and you weren't getting anywhere, you weren't able to have your point of view or your statement verified, believed, that anybody else was having value in that statement. And then all of a sudden, yes, they are. Yes, they are. And that's what's coming. Yes, they are. And you are able to cast aside the previous anxieties that have been there and go, yeah, I'm winning this argument. Whatever this might be, I am winning this argument. And that creates a change. But of course, we've got the death card there with the judgment card above. If you are transforming, there is most definitely change. And it's going to, I feel like this is a change that really, judgment card again, this is a change that keeps going in a really, really positive way with the star card. However, at the very bottom of this pile is the Five of Pentacles. So I'm assuming that there is still some opposition, there is still some hurdle that you'll need to get over. And it may be a hurdle that makes you go, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But you will be fine because you will see the value in what fights you need to pick and what fights you can walk away from. Because, oh, how curious. This is the Moon card out of the Mystic manga. But as I looked at it, I got the impression that, yes, she's just, this lady has just risen out of that side, risen out of the pool of water that she stood in. But it's almost like that was not the pool of water she dived into. Do you know what I mean? It's like you go into one of these magic pools and you come up somewhere completely different. It's like, oh, if you ever saw the Magicians TV series, I think they did their journey between worlds through sort of pools and ponds and stuff like that. But you are seeing the value and bringing back from the past goodwill. There is goodwill coming towards you from the past, where previously that goodwill may have been strained. Now, certainly after you've been proved right and transformed, that goodwill is back again. If you are committing to this new path, both you and others will see value in what you are doing, and you will be making growth quite creatively. So when I'm saying growth there, I'm not just talking about personal or spiritual growth. I'm talking about cold, hard product, whether it's a piece of art, whether it is a societal change, sort of you over here, you are going, people are being mistreated in this specific way, and I need to sort out some form of organization so that this stops happening, and nobody was listening. And then all of a sudden people are going, oh my God, you're right. This is a scandal. We need to deal with it. And then you're going, yeah, well, I already know how to deal with it. I've had all this planned out for 2 years. This, but maybe don't use that tone of voice to, it's like, no, I have a plan. I can do this. But you can have that tone of voice in your head. Maybe it won't work actually to verbalize it. Use your inside voice on that one. Because the reason, yes, I said there was 3 cards here, didn't I? So we've got the Angel of Peace, the Guardian Angel of Maturity, and the Guardian Angel of Spiritual Growth. So this really is showing that you've had to go through a process and change and transform in order for whatever it is that you were trying to accomplish all that time ago to come around and to have people listen to you while you're doing it. Because people are willing to commit, even though they are feeling particularly low, poor, but they realize that now is the time to take action. So that this rather shows me that there's definitely one person on your side. I'm seeing it more as a more general people on your side. But if we go with that love relationship thing, I feel like something may finally be coming together that hadn't been there before, even though you knew I can see it. It's there. It should be there. Why can't everybody else see it? Or why can't one particular person see it? And I think it's like the penny drops, but I do feel like the penny is dropping with more than one person. There is a lot of support, and you're as you're as hopeful for this new beginning as you are scared of it. But it really is bringing a whole new world open for you with new sense of power, which is what I'm getting from this world card. But let's not forget that from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, we've got the power card. The reason I wanted to talk about the story is from the Moonology deck, we've got your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. And so I needed to tell the story of the hard work that had been occurring, because this new phase for you looks abundant, profitable, fertile. We've got the Empress card right at the end. So I think you are going to need to have, how can I put it? The courage of your earlier convictions. You are a different person now, but your convictions haven't necessarily changed. They've just matured, they've grown, there's greater understanding, which is why you have a plan to deal with whatever it is. So let's see what's clarifying. So we have, yeah, it might be a love reading. It's the look. We've got the Empress with the Lovers card, but also the Page of Swords. Now, this Page of Swords is telling me about information that comes your way that is, how can I put it? It's in your interest. It's like it's information that's coming your way that you already know, but it's there as a confirmation. It gives you a certain air of authority. Now, the reason I wanted to say all of that with the convictions is there's something that you believe in, whereas before you haven't been listened to. Now people are starting to listen to. There is still a confrontation to be had about this. We've got one card here, the Dragon's Lair, which indicates finding treasure, but nevertheless it's a dragon's lair. This is where you've got to go into. So there is some form of battle, some form of fight, some form of confrontation. But if it's towards the end of this reading, then you are not going in alone, whereas previously you would have been. Because we also have from the Gateway revealing radiance, so people are becoming aware of that inner light. And I think that with your transformation, you are becoming aware of your own inner light in a way that you had not been aware of it before. There's that sense, there's almost a sense of, I didn't know I could shine like that. This, I didn't know it could do that. I could do that. But with Remph, the Angel of Time, and again with these other oracle cards, I am rather feeling that your feelings were correct. Achaiya here demands patience. This has been a long process and will continue to be a long-ish process. I think it's speeding up now, but that's what's speeding up is your transformation and other people's reactions to you. That battle still lays in the future, but by the time that you get there, you are more than capable of facing it. And Remph just says all things burn away. All things. One day everything will be ash. Which, in this context, is a good thing, because it's also meaning that the opposition that you were facing beforehand is burning away. That the chance to get to the final battle and face the big boss of whatever this is, to talk in video game terms, then that too will eventually burn away. So there is somewhere along here, victory is assured. It's a long process. So what we've got on the bottom of the deck, like I say, Page of Wands, the Chariot, so things are moving now. Two of Pentacles, there's still a requirement for balance. Now you've learned a lot of, it's almost like you've learned a lot of when to keep your mouth shut beforehand because of the way people were rejecting what you were saying. And now you can be coy about saying your ideas, but people already know what you think, so they will come to you and say, what's the plan? Because we've noticed this thing, how do we deal with it? Because we know you've been thinking about it longer than we have. That is really nice. That is a really nice reading. There's a purpose that goes through all of here. Now it's not, I'm not saying it's your life purpose, but I'm saying that there is a thread that's gone through the past couple of years or so, maybe longer, that is finally a plot thread even, that is finally reaching its maturity. But what I feel with that Dragon's Lair card there is that it's almost, you're coming to the end of the first book, and that Dragon's Lair confrontation will be in book number 2. But you will be starting book number 2 on a good foot. Book number 1 has a happy ending, even though there's a few things unfinished. And what's unfinished is the battle with the big boss, going into the world and achieving whatever it is that you are wanting to achieve, that you knew was right all along, but other people weren't really listening, and now they understand. Now they are on your side. That's the best title I can think of, I think, so far for this reading. Now they are on your side. That's not very YouTube catchy, is it? But this is, your transformation is imminent, and then your work really begins after the transformation. It's almost like you've just been not playing around, but going through a curriculum to get there beforehand. So if this means anything to you, Cancer, comment down below. Obviously, go and watch your moon and rising signs if they're up yet. You're only number 4 in the Zodiac, and so therefore you're the 4th reading I've done. So chances are they might not be up yet, but go to my channel page. If they are, they are. All right? Cheers.